Hey y'all, I'm Cheraw Tony. Today the road brings me to Gatlinburg, Tennessee, and we are standing outside of Sugarland Distillery. And we are going to go inside and learn how they make moonshine and put it in a bottle and everything, and you get to come with me. And we'll get started right after this station identification.
We are a young company. We've only been in business a little over 7.5 years, but we've done very well. Map indicates the states we're in. If your state is orange, you can find us in your local package store or liquor store. Gray states, internet sales only, and the black states, internet sales and package stores. We're locally owned and private owned. So we want to look after the community, the local people, also our local farmers right here in Tennessee. So we do use white corn instead of yellow corn because it's a higher quality grain. We get all of our grains in whole grain form. We grind it all ourselves. That way we know exactly what's going into our mash. We can keep the quality of our products up. Stay stationary. Big one behind the panel turns, grinds everything up, comes out the chutes. We catch it in bags. Big tank here. It's a big cooker. We heat the mixture up to 200 degrees and we cut the heat, let it cool. What we're doing is salting up the grains. We let the mixture drop down to 95 degrees. Then we can add our products, enzymes, and yeast. At that point, we're starting the fermentation. Then we pump our mash over into our fermentation tank. We're going up front next to where stills is at.
Basically a grist mill. Here is the still itself.
We get our mash in the mash tanks, we'll drop the temperature down to 73 degrees for 7 days. 50 gallons in our big still, 250 in the small.
That is the mash tank.
We heat them with steam. This is a lot safer and easier on us. We heat our mash inside, copper worms, cold water around them, turns it back into a liquid, comes out in our down the line to the nozzle where we can open up, draw some moonshine out for tasting and sampling. We have to taste and sample it because these is manually operated stills. Anytime you distill, high grain alcohol comes out in 3 parts: heads, hearts, and tails. Heads come out around 180 proof and around 160. Hearts around 160 down to about an 80 proof. Tails around 80 proof and below. We have to keep each one of those products separated and keep up with all the amounts it comes out of. We got the 3 valves. We drop it into the tank below in 3 sections: heads, hearts, and tails. I've got the 3 products here, just like it come out of the still. First one's the heads at 178 proof. We'll let y'all take a big whiff of each one. You run your car on all these. The heads contains acetone and methanol. You drink the heads, it will cause you to go blind and it will eventually kill. That's why we have to keep everything separated. We like repeat business. We don't want to hurt anyone. We keep it out, but we do have a good use for it, and I'll go over that with you in a minute. What we're using to harvest the good stuff, 155 proof sweeter. Our last one's the tails. First up, you're going to notice it's cloudy. Tails contain oils and impurities. You drink the tails, you're going to wake up the next morning with the worst hangover you've ever had. Keep the tails out like the heads, we got a use for them too. 60 proof, it's going to be as much difference in the smell of this one as was the first.
All right, these are the fermentation tanks. And as I said, that is basically a grist mill. And they grind up the grain, and then the grain goes into fermentation tanks, and then it is pumped into the cooker. And this is a store at the Sugarland's distillery, and there is a lot of moonshine on the shelves and a lot of merchandise that you can get. Appalachian apple pie. You can also taste for a fee. If you buy some, they give you credit for the fee. Tom Hendricks unaged rye, Steve Tickles dynamite cinnamon, and there's Mark Rogers American peach, and down here we have Mark and Digger's rye apple. I remember a long time ago seeing advertisements about the ills of drinking moonshine. Don't drink moonshine, it'll make you go blind. And most of the advertisement came from the government. It wasn't so much as moonshine was bad, it was untaxed. But here in Sugarland, every bit of it is taxed. The government has to get their cut, and after that, they're all happy with everything.
The #1 teacher in Virginia.
Well, I hope you have enjoyed our trip to Sugarland Distilleries in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. If you did, be sure to share this video with your family and friends. But until next time, y'all have a good day.